Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I hope you had a good weekend. My project today is inspired, the actual bunny is inspired by an email that Stampin' Up sent out. I'm pretty sure they have directions somewhere, but I couldn't find them, so I just kind of did my own thing. And of course I made a box, and this box here holds 2 of the Hershey chocolate bunnies. I bought them at Target. I think it was $4 for a 6-pack. So that's what's inside. The box itself measures 4.5 by 4.5 by 1/2. So you can also fit some fun size, like fun size Kit Kats. You can fit a couple of them in there. I used the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper, and actually I think this is Poppy Parade and Petal Pink, but the pieces that are lighter in the Poppy Parade I felt were more like Flirty Flamingo, so I liked how it looked with the Flirty Flamingo cardstock, so that's what I did. So I used, let's see, the stamp sets I used are the Easter Friends, of course, and this bundle right now is 20% off, the one with the dies, which tends me to think that it's probably going to retire next month or in 2 months. So if you were interested in getting the Sweet as a Peach, you probably have a limited time. It's on sale right now for 20% off when you buy the dies and the stamp set. I used, for the flower and the leaves, I used the Sweet as a Peach and the peach dies to cut them out. Alright, I also used, for the actual shape, I used the Beautiful Shapes dies. And we need, I forgot my regular cardstock. We need some regular cardstock for stamping. We need a piece of Flirty Flamingo that is 10.5 by 5. We need a piece of Mossy Meadow that's also cut out of the same die from the Beautiful Shapes dies. These little leaves are from the Sweet as a Peach dies. We need a strip of Flirty Flamingo for the sentiment, and it is 5/8 inch wide. And we need 2 pieces of the Flowering Fields DSP that are 4.25 by 3.25. Okay. All right. So let's start with our cardstock. And I'm going to get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 10.5 inch side. And we're going to score at 1/2, 5, 5.5, and 10. And we're going to turn it to the 5 inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2 and at 4. I'm going to fold and burnish. There is a bunch of stamp sets on sale, and if you, I think you look in sales and specials on my website, that will be on there. And I believe on the 23rd of March, they're going to have a last chance products added, which will usually be what's retiring. Did I get them all? I got them all. Okay. Alright, so we have 1/2 inch strips all over the place. We have the longest one on the bottom, and then there's one on each side and one down the middle. We want the longest one towards the bottom. And this is what we're going to do. Okay? Alright, so let's start over on the left-hand side. There's a little square down here. We're going to cut up to the first score line and then wedge a little piece off of each side. Okay, then go all the way to the middle square and do the same thing. cut it to the first score line on both sides, and then wedge both sides. Okay, now follow this all the way over to the last square, cut the side of it straight, and then wedge up into the piece above it. Okay, so this is what we've done so far. Oops. Okay, now goodness gracious, I'm sliding all over. Now we're going to flip it over so that the 1-inch strip is at the bottom. Alrighty, and we're going to take off this rectangle up here, so cut it straight to this first score line and then wedge down a little bit into this piece, or up it would be. Okay, go to the other side of this long rectangle, and we're going to cut out this, to the first score line, we're going to cut out this skinny rectangle here. I have to put these both down, and then we're just going to cut that off. There we go. Okay, then follow this long rectangle here and cut off this side rectangle. Okay, so just check it. Okay, now we're going to round the corners of these top pieces with the detail trio punch, and I'm going to round each side. So this is what your cardstock should look like after you've scored it, cut it, and rounded those edges. Okay, now we're going to bring in our tear and tape. But before we put it on, pretend that there is tape in it. So we're going to fold over the side with the tape. And then you see how it's going to be a little short? I don't know why this is happening, I guess the score lines. I want you to just trim a little bit off of the tabbed edge if you have a problem. Sometimes I do have a problem, sometimes I don't. So now I'm going to put, you can always do it after you put the tape too if it doesn't fit. Alright, I'm going to put some, I put some tear and tape on the, what's left of the skinny rectangle on the right hand side close to the score line. I'm going to take the backing off with my take your pick tool, and then I'm going to flip over the side with the tape and then the other side to meet it. Okay, now this is our back, so we're going to put the side tabs in and the back, and then this is where we're going to put the rest of our tear and tape, and that is the back of the front flap. Okay, and I'm going to try, it's a little bit close because it's only 1/2 inch wide, this box, but it fits in there because this is a 1/4, so it's half of what's there. All right, close to the edge on this one. Take the backing off, and then just make sure that it's nice and even on the ends. Okay, so now I'm going to put my bunnies in here, make sure they fit. 1, 2, perfect. Okay, that's the back, right? Yes, okay, so this is my front. All right, now we need our 2 pieces of Flowering Fields DSP, and they are again 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm just going to put one on the front and one on the back. Okay, now we're just going to let that dry a minute. Our Pool Party strip, that is 5/8 inch, and the My Friend from the same stamp set. I'm going to use Tuxedo Black Ink on this. I'm going to leave at least a 1/4 inch to the left of it. Good. Okay. I'm going to take my bunny from Easter Friends, and I'm going to take Crumb Cake Ink. Okay. This is the second time. Alright, so after this dries a little bit more, I'm going to take the die from Beautiful Shapes Dies, and I'm going to cut out that part of the bunny so we know exactly where we need to stop. Okay, just cut that out. Okay, then we already did the My Friend on the 5/8 inch strip of Pool Party. Now we need the flowers from Euro Peach, and we're going to be using Flirty Flamingo Ink. And it's the trio of flowers. And I need, since this is photopolymer, I'm going to put my Stampin' Pierce mat under it. There we go. And we're just going to be using this flower here. All right, I'm going to cut those things out, and I will be right back. All right, so the flower we want is the middle one here, and I'll save these other ones for another project. And this circle is about 2.5 inches, so you don't have to use the Beautiful Shapes dies if you just have the layering circle dies. That's what it's about. And I also cut out the little leaves from the peach dies also. Okay, so now we need a couple of blends, and I'm going to start off with the light crumb cake, and I'm going to fill in just about everything lightly but the face. Just going to fill in some of the white spaces, and I'm not going to do the chest either, but I'm going to do this arm. And pretty much everything below here, but it's pretty much going to be covered by the sentiment. But just in case anything pokes out, I'm going to do a little bit down to the eye. Just adding a little bit in, just like the other side. Okay, pretty easy for that. All right, and then I'm going to take light Flirty Flamingo. I'm just going to put a little bit on the nose and then a little bit for cheeks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the color lifter, and I'm just going to gently rub it. And that will kind of dissipate it. It might not look, it'll get it to look just like this on here. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I need just a little bit more of this down there. There we go. Okay. I don't know, but you have to be able to see it. There you go. You see, it's just like a blush of pink on his cheeks and nose. All right. And then I used, that's it. Oh, I used Light Pool Party, and I just traced around the bunny. Kind of like a shadow. You could also use your blending brushes and just do a little bit if you wanted to. All right, now this should be dry, and I'm going to put 2 holes. I'm just going to make sure which is the front and back. This is the back. This one's the front. So I'm just going to make sure that these are nice together, and I'm going to punch 2 holes. Probably a 1/4 inch would be better. This is an 1/8 inch. I probably, because it's a little bit hard to pull through this ribbon, but that's what I have right now, so that's what I'll do. And this is the 3/4 inch white frayed ribbon. And I'm not gonna tie a bow today. We're just gonna loop it kind of like that, okay? I don't think I need that much. Yeah, 1/4 inch would be much easier to pull this through. Okay, I think I need even less than that. You could tie a bow if you want to, but I'm just going to just tie it just like that. Okay, and then for this I'm using fabric scissors. I'm just gonna trim. Yep, that's good. Okay. All right. Maybe a little less. Okay. All right, now we're going to take the Mossy Meadow piece and just put it a little bit to the side and a little bit underneath. Okay, so I'm just going to take my liquid glue, just put a little bit on it, and then just decide where you like it. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to just put some dimensionals on here. I'm going to put it right in the middle here. Okay, and then I'm going to take the My Friend, and I think I left just a little bit too much here, so I'm just going to get about a 1/16 of an inch off. I'm just going to flag it just a little by putting a little line in the middle and then following the point to the middle on each side. Okay, and that just makes a small flag. There you go. All right. And then I want to leave about a 1/2 inch after it. Okay. All right, and I want to put this about right here. So we're going to put a mini dimensional on the bottom of the flag. Right here. A dimensional at the beginning, regular dimensional. And then just a little bit of glue at the top just to secure it. And that's where it will meet this. All right, so I want it, so we just cover a little bit of the bunny on the bottom, maybe up a little more. Oops. There we go. Okay, now we need some glue dots and my Stampin' Pierce mat again, and I'm just going to take the one Flirty Flamingo flower, and I'm going to put the cap of my Take Your Pick tool right in the middle of it. You could also use the cap of a Bic pen, you know, the old-fashioned 2-piece ones. Okay, and then I'm just going to put 2 glue dots on the back. And then decide how you want your flower. All right, and then put it down wherever you want your sleeves to be. That will touch on one of the glue dots, and then you can attach it with what's left of one and the other one. And just pop the leaves back up. Okay. Now for the final touches, I'm going to use a yellow of the matte decorative dots for the center of the flower. And some of the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels, the pool party ones. I'll put one down there, one up here, and one right there. And that's it. I don't know if you can see how it used to be very starkly Flirty Flamingo, but with the color lifter, it just looks like a little blush. All right, thank you so much for watching my channel. I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the like button. And if you have any questions, my contact information is below, along with my blog link that has all the measurements on it. All right, if you'd like to become one of my team members, I would love it. That link is below also. And have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.